Evolution occurs due to a number of factors including natural selection, gene flow, mutation, genetic drift, and sexual selection. In this video, we'll be focused on sexual selection, exploring the cause, mechanism, and effect of
Sexual selection occurs in species with two biological sexes, in which one sex picks their mate based on specific qualities that individuals possesses. It originates from the necessity of gene variants on producing offspring more fit for dynamic environments. The two biological sexes are designated as male and female, in which the female is defined as the individual that produces the larger gamete known as the egg, and the male produces the smaller gamete known as the sperm. The difference in gamete size is called anisogamy. Anisogamy ultimately influences the operational sex ratio between male and females, typically creating a higher mating availability for males and lower mating variability for females. The mechanism. There are two mechanisms to sexual selection, which include intrasexual and intersexual selection. The sex with the high variance of reproductive success is the sex that is affected by intra and intersexual selection. The high variance is a result of the choosy sex selecting a mate based on their weaponry, social rank, or ornaments. These displays often lead to competition among a sex of a species in order to reproduce.
Intrasexual selection is the process of members of the same sex competing amongst themselves for the ability to mate and produce offspring.
Pre-copulation competition is usually accomplished by fighting each other directly or holding control over key resources. In stable groups, fights are less common because males are able to recognize previous foes and avoid conflict. This is known as the dominance hierarchy. Males' rank is dependent on fighting success, age, size, and weight. Males' fighting success influences many components of his fitness. For example, deer and moose engage in battle by locking antlers to establish dominance and social ranks amongst themselves. Males can also compete for the fertilization of a female's gametes during copulation via sperm. Often the male that produces the most abundant and fastest sperm has the highest chance of fertilization. Sperm competition can also be characterized by male guarding, sperm extraction, and mating plugs. A common form of post-copulation competition includes non-parental infanticide, where a competing male will kill the offspring of another male for the ability to mate with the mother. Intersexual selection is when members of a competing sex will display a type of ornament in order to show off for the choosier sex. The choosing sex will decide who to mate with based off the most elaborate ornament traits that they possess. The ornaments are decorative and used to attract mates. These ornaments are used for charming and can include dancing, singing, plumage, nest protection, among other factors.
A prime example are the ornaments and armaments in shorebirds. Polygamous shorebirds are highly ornamented, where they compete with each other on leks in order to gain sexual access to females.
The effect. The sex that chooses their mate is the one that invests more time into the rearing of the offspring. In most cases, it is the female. The effect of sexual selection results in direct and indirect benefits for a female and her offspring, as well as sexual Females will explicitly look for males who are willing to offer them direct benefits during the mating process. These benefits include food and protection, and males that provide these are more likely to be chosen to breed with their female counterparts. Females also will look for a mate who will invest in parenting their offspring, therefore choosing males who demonstrate high parental skills. An example of this occurs in roadrunners, where males will offer their female counterpart gifts in the form of food in order to lure them in and ensure a chance of mating with them. Indirect benefits will affect the genetic quality of a particular female's offspring, such as choosing a male that is more desirable in physical and chemical traits. Unlike direct benefits, indirect benefits will only increase fitness of their offspring, with no material benefits going directly to the female. The choice of more physically fit males will mean more favorable alleles in the sperm in comparison to other males of lesser quality. This is also known as sexy sons. Peacocks have ornamental traits and are an example of indirect benefits, as females would be more likely to choose a male with larger and more colorful feathers.